Hello friends, let's work on this quadratic equation problem which came in JEE 2002, and I posted the same question on my Facebook group. So let's work out this problem. So it's given that if alpha not equal to beta but alpha square equal to f5 alpha minus 3 and beta square is equal to 5 beta minus 3, then the equation having alpha by beta and beta by alpha as its root will be. So whenever such question comes and you are given 4 options, the best method, the easier and quicker method is to first look in the options and try to work in the opposite direction. Like if the first option satisfies, or the second or third or fourth, the given condition in the question, like in the opposite direction, it's quite quick. So but you can also look at the problem also to simplify it a bit, and then check the options which one satisfies. This is one method, and the second is the standard one. First let's go with the second method, which is the standard method. First of all, just to review your concepts of quadratic equation, any quadratic equation general form is x squared minus sx plus p, and this one which you are more familiar with, ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So in this equation, basically the sum of the roots is given by minus b by a, and the product of the roots is given by c by a. If you just divide this equation by a throughout, it will get changed into this equation, which is x squared minus sx plus p equal to 0, where s is the sum of the roots and p is the product of the roots. Now we have to find the equation whose roots are alpha by beta and beta by alpha. So the sum of the roots of that equation will be given by this, alpha by beta plus beta by alpha. So on simplifying, it becomes alpha squared plus beta squared by alpha beta, and we know from knowledge of algebra that alpha squared plus beta squared is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. This is very important relation. You can use it in so many questions. It will come up quite often, that you should remember this relationship, right? Just remember it by heart. It will come in many questions, and it's a very useful relationship to simplify the problems. Now it comes in the standard form, like if we know some equation whose roots are alpha and beta, then it becomes very simple to solve this, because this represents the sum of the roots of the equation whose roots are alpha and beta, and this alpha beta represents the product. So it's a very simple form. Similarly, now the product of the roots alpha by beta and beta by alpha will be 1. It gets cancelled out. Now let's come back to the question again. We are given this relationship, alpha square equal to 5 alpha minus 3 and beta square equal to 5 beta minus 3. So both are like exactly similar relations. So if let's solve one of the equations, alpha square, we take 5 alpha minus 3 to the other side, and it becomes like this. So on solving using the standard formula, what is the standard formula for the roots of the quadratic equation? Let me write down somewhere here. It is minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is the standard formula for finding roots of the quadratic equation. So on applying this formula, we come up with this answer for both the roots, right? So now it becomes quite easier to find the sum of these roots. Alpha plus beta will be, on simplification, under root 13 minus under root 13 will get cancelled out. 10 by 2 becomes 5, and the product will also become 5 square minus under root 13 square divided by 4. So it's also simple 3. Now what will be the sum of the roots of the required equation, which we already simplified? Let's put the values of alpha plus beta. Now another important point to note down here is they have given that alpha is not equal to beta. So but we found the roots of only this equation, right? And both the equations are similar, right? So one of the roots will represent alpha and another root will represent beta. Even if you solve this equation, only these two roots will come, and it's given that alpha, both the roots are not equal, alpha not equal to beta. So we can take one of them, like 5 plus under root 13 by 2 to be alpha and 5 minus under root 13 by 2 to be beta, right? So on simplifying, we got alpha plus beta and alpha beta, and if we put those values over here, we get sum to be 5 square minus 2 into 3. 3 is the product alpha beta, so it comes out to be 19 by 3, and product we already know 1. Now if we put this sum and product in this equation, the first one, what we will get? We'll get x square minus sx is 19 by 3x plus product is 1 equal to 0, right? So if we check the options, we take 3 over here and over here, so the first is the correct one. Now what was the second method? We could have gone by the easier method. That's the method 1 here. So let's check one by one. Now what are the roots of what is the product of the roots of the first option? It is 3 by 3, so which is 1. And and we know from this point directly that the product of the roots of the equation will come out to be 1, right? So we could have okay, one option is there. Let's check other options. For the third one, it will be minus 3 by 3, so the product is minus 1, so this is not correct. Similarly, for the second one, the product will be minus 1, this is not correct. And for the fourth one, the product is 3, which is also not correct. So knowing only the product of the two roots to be 1, we could have directly guessed the answer to be first. This is much quicker and much elegant method also. Another is also elegant, but it's up to you whichever you want, but this method is quite quicker, right? So that's all about this problem. Thank you very much. If you like, please subscribe my channel so that you get updates every now and then whenever I upload a video. Thank you so much. Have a good time. Keep learning, keep practicing for JEE.